Man, I feel like I just went back in time. Whew. Byzantine Empire. What emperor? I thought I was just Josh, like, not too long ago. Man, coronavirus. A lot of people getting hurt. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm asleep. Man, economics, the people. Hmm. Okay, we gotta get it together. Yo, what up? What up? What up? So, um, this skit gonna be more about understanding who you are, how to get to the next level, even though like you feel like I always lost. But you know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be many different segments. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do in this part, like it be like kinda encouraging. So this will be like an encouraging moment. Families, stick together. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste each other's time. You love, you love. You care, you care. How you treat people, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention. How you talk to people, pay attention. If you don't want to be talked to that way, don't talk to them that way. It don't matter what you've been through. In order to get through your next season, you have to make a conscious change. Like, I dealt with situations where, a true story, I was working out, I was training, I was running, I was training, I was developing. Times was dropping, but they seemed to wouldn't add up. And then, like, I would take my children with me, or I take my kids with me. I was working with I was trying to work with different organizations, trying to, like, kind of spread and everything. I was trying to, like, basically put my best foot forward, but anytime you go to people, like, they want to know what's in it for them. Like, what can you bring to the table? So, you know what I'm saying, I wrote up the proposal, and, like, this is what I have that I can bring to the table. And sometimes you like, it's a learning curve. Like, they get some information, run with it, whatever, and it's a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Byzantine Empire, so I'm running as emperor, meaning as I speak, that's where we moving. I really don't have to write things down. I just caught on to that. Meaning I don't have to write anything down. I can move forward in every area that I want to just by speaking. You know what I'm saying? That's what emperors did. You know what I'm saying? They had somebody that came in that, you know what I'm saying, wrote everything down that they wanted done. As far as the church go, like, I don't have anything against the church. It's just when you're going through you're seeking God, and then you get to the scriptures, and it says certain things about, okay, like, take your sacrament, and then you go out, and they didn't do benediction, going to the other parts of the world, and you go through these various areas. It gives you a different, it open your eyes, and now you start to see life as, oh, so we're not, like, we don't have to be in here all the time. We can move over here, we can move over there, we can do this. But the temple was where the priests and the scribes were. You know what I'm saying? So priests, kings, scribes, that's where the temple. So I'm building the Byzantine Empire, man. That's what I'm on. So that means what I want to, like, what we're doing is we're going to build, you know what I'm saying, like, the Byzantine Empire. So we're going to build, like, the castle or the mansion. And then we're going to, like, the focus is the people, to make sure the people, everybody are good. And sometimes, like, you can't, some people, like, say for instance, until you look in a mirror, you don't know what faces you make when people say certain things. You don't know your facial expressions.
Stop!
So when you are at these levels, come here. When you get into these levels, not at these levels, when you get into these levels, there's different levels because there are people that you can meet and you're already at another level. Come here. And because you're already at this other level, people that they're trying to figure out how or what it is that you're doing, it's like it's already done. Like you need to go talk to them. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this when God allows you. Sit down. Sit down. When God allows you to when God allows you to, like, he put you on the right hand of him and he begins to like prepare things for you, like a table in front of your enemies. Like people not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that ain't my fight. I'm not fighting that. He told me to do this. Well, you a punk. Take it over, God, man. I'm not on that, sir. You're sitting there without touching or moving anything. Because when you get in school, that's what it got to be. So don't move, don't speak for 5 minutes. You need to learn how to do that, okay?
Okay, babe.
All right. Nothing else. Shh. Love you too. All right. So a lot of things is in God's hands. You know what I mean? So when you're reading and you're pushing forward now, I have a job that I have to do. I see into certain areas. Sometimes people come to you with just to see what you see, and it's like, you got to go to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have nothing for you. You know what I mean? This is the Emperor. So, I'm done explaining. I'm not explaining anything else. So this forward, what time is it? It is 1:42, and today's date is Monday, November 23rd. Stop slapping yourself in the face. It's not cool. So we're gonna check it out. Now it's formation time. It's we have it, but what are we gonna do with it? We're free, but it's kind of like being in jail. You finally get out of jail, and once you get out of jail, I'm gonna use jail, then I'm gonna use streets. Once you get out of jail, all you know is like you gotta be back, basically circulated in. Just like with the army, you go to war. No, you go to war and come back. A lot of times you're not gonna be the same, especially if you're using active duty and you was in a certain area where you like in Iran, Iraq. If a kid came running up, like I was told that they would shoot them because they would strap bombs to themselves and run and do all these other things, and so it would be traumatizing to have a little bitty 4-year-old, come here, Jacob, a little bitty kid come running up to you, and you got children, come here, and come here. You see a child like this, a kid coming up, thank you, sit down, coming up, running, they just like, hey, you don't know if they got a bomb or anything strapped to them or not. But if they come to they come too close, meaning if it's within, sit down. Shh. You gotta learn how to sit down and I speak for 5 minutes. Okay. So this is the thing. The orders is can't nobody come within 10 feet. Order might be can't nobody come within 20 feet. If they come within 20 feet, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, cause we don't know. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? They coming in, they blowing everybody up, like blowing themselves up too, type thing. That's the scenario. Same thing with like whether it's a man, a woman, boy, girl. It didn't matter who you are. If you from this area, that's what it was. So when you come back to the United States, so you come back and you what they call you become a civilian again, and you get your honorable discharge. Like you gotta like if somebody like say for instance a little kid coming up like little bitty things trigger you. You don't even know. Like they just come running up. You like you probably have to shake your head a couple times. Like man, hold on, wait. But there are things that happen in the United States of America where we got other people doing certain things that same concept or that same similar situation, maybe even different situation, messes with your like it can mess with your mind. Like if you're dealing with gangs. Let's say you was a part of a gang and then y'all had to, you know what I'm saying, y'all had to run in with another big gang. And you know what I'm saying, like it's about territory. So now we ain't talking gangs, now we talking about army. So you got this army over here, you got this army over here, you got this army trying to come in and take this area, take this place, set up shop here. Then you have to go over there and you gotta watch in all areas. That's similar. So then you finally win the war and everything. Now you gotta come back to okay, nothing's going on. It's normal. It's kind of normal now. It's a new normal, but it's normal now. So now you have to readjust your mind and everything to what you're reading, what you seeing, and sit down. You're not supposed to be up. What you're seeing and how everything is moving. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes people take up for you in those areas, whether it's a gang or something and somebody's killed. It's not like not all the time is it just straight gang violence. Like they just somebody then took up from somebody and like something then happened, you know. So in some areas, like you'll be surprised. Some areas is kind of on some military or it's like honorable type situation, and they should be like some of them should be really honored in certain things in certain areas that they have came in to not even, you know what I'm saying, do something against like the United States of America or something like that. Like they aim to like work, you know what I'm saying, alongside and just do this and take care of their people like this, they group of people, kind of like a company. So hands down, kind of like a company. So when you're dealing with companies, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have a lot of people. You gotta have a lot of movement in many different areas. So a lot of times it's like, you know what I'm saying, like something recent, which would be Mo 3. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. And Vaughn. Um, they seem to be kind of two separate, but same kind of situations, I guess. So, I mean, the situation with Vaughn was he was fighting, I guess, beating up whoever he was beating up, and then they shot him. Like that's what was told for the most part. Something happened, came and alerted him. He popped up, whatever. But they said some other things. I really don't want to get into that. I just want to hit the positives on these things, man. Nationwide, keep your hand in your lap. Put your hand like this. Hand like this. And don't move it. nationwide, we all supposed to be on the same page. It ain't supposed to be no red, no blue, no green, no yellow. Because when they come in and they trying to shoot and kill, they don't care who you is. They just look at you as what, a target. Your flag don't matter to them. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling the truth. On a positive note, flags don't mean nothing to them. Like in certain cases, it's like all of them is one. In like in certain varieties or certain areas, if they come into a certain area to do away with a certain people, bro, that's family. They might not care about all of that and stop that. If I have to stop one more time, you're going in the corner. So us as a nation of people, like Judah was powerful. The tribe of Judah was like they was warriors, they was fighters, they were different. You know what I'm saying? They were different. So you got the 12 tribes, you got everybody together. That means like you got backing. You got people that's willing to get behind you and push. They just need you to stand up, you know what I'm saying, stand for what's right and you know what I'm saying, make these moves and keep them accountable for what they're doing. Now, if it's a situation where let's say one side is targeting and picking off what we would call, like if you was in the army, they would be called like maybe a 7-star general or something like that. Then at that point it's kind of like, all right, y'all might need to, you know what I'm saying, make some calls if this is the type of situation, you know what I'm saying, if I'm dealing with it. Then it's like I'm gonna have to make a certain, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have to make a report. And then we're gonna have to go on and sign off and it's time for, like, that's a situation where it's time for war. Um, because they're not coming like in this certain manner. They coming to do other things. So they with a different team. So um paperwork is in everything. I don't know if y'all know that, but paperwork is in everything. Byzantine Empire, like that's paperwork. That's also the, you know what I'm saying, United States of America. There's branches in the United States of America. I don't care what nobody say. There are branches. What branch are you in? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're of the royalty, meaning within the United States of America, there are people that are royal that don't even have their titles, but they're royal. It's more than just me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm addressing this, I get irritated because it's like we just came and officially move forward in these areas. Meaning there was no fighting, there was no killing, there was no none of that. So when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, is this coming from within or outside or what is this? I'm like, God, like what's going on? Then we go into this area where you dealing with the Byzantine Empire, which is a part of all the other empires, but this is God's empire. So it's really not much you can really say against it because it's like he said, what? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and then what? All these things were given to you. So I figured it out, praying, and he come up and he say, put it out, and I'm putting it out, and then it's like, wait, that mean they would have their own money, they would have their own this, they own that, and own this, and own that. First thing some people gonna think is, we're gonna lose everything. No, that's up to God. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Now, I'm gonna say this because when I first started looking at this, I was like, I looked at it, I say, like, this is during a time where I'm looking and I am searching for God, and what do you want me to do? And I was like, man, the United States of America would be vulnerable right here. Like, this not good. I was like, that's like a wide open area type thing is when you doing your research and everything come out, that come out. And it's like, oh, snap. Okay. Is this real? Then you start to pay attention. You like, if you was to do this, this is how they would come against. I was like, this is what they would. Oh, then you look at it, it's like they they superpower, but they only like there's a certain reason why even the United States of America has in God we trust. Think about that now. Take a second to think about it. There's a particular reason why it's that way. To be continued.